Peace, everyone. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Ooh, wee. I don't know how I look on the screen, but I feel good. I don't know how I look. So, the title of this show is FBI's Project Megiddo 2000 and Israel Doctrine, countering counterintelligence. Because that's really what my mission on these YouTube streets is all about now. It's counterintelligence. Y'all hear my heartbeat? That's that PTSD kicking in. Y'all can hear my heartbeat. I'm scared. I'm scared for my very life because I didn't out counterintelligence people. I don't even know how I did it. Really, it's the Lord God of Israel that is countering these counterintelligent people. I'm just doing what I do. So that's it, people. That's it. That's it. We about to get into this. I'm trying to go on Facebook and inform everybody of this, but I had a European dude talking about my God is PTSD and everything. I asked him stop posting behind me because I feel he's a counterintelligence agent. Stop posting behind me, and every post I post, you running up behind me saying ignorant stuff and trying to get me to respond to you. So if y'all just act somewhat nice towards me, y'all make. But see, I know y'all not disciples of Christ when you don't show love. When you show love to wickedness and don't show love to righteousness, you're not Christ. So you know what I say? To hell with you all. I have no problem saying to hell with you all because it's me against the world. If you of the world and you keep running up against me, I'm just going to F you up. No respect of man, woman, or child, elderly or young. If you think you want this, just keep asking for it and see what you get. Respectfully, I'm going to give it to you. That's if you're respectful. You talk about my mother, I'm going to respectfully give you some work. It ain't going to be me talking about your mother. I'm going to find what your faults is, and I'm going to highlight your faults, not your mother's, not your father's. See, I play the game, but I play for keeps. Respectfully. Y'all can't because y'all just liars and trying to counter my intelligence because my intelligence is righteous. And the only thing you think that can counter it is unrighteous intelligence. But once again, I got y'all doing what I want to do because y'all opening up discourse for the community. Community too scared to join in the discourse unless they go join COINTELPRO and run up on me. Then they come to find out quickly that's the wrong nigga to F with. I'll be a nigga because y'all know y'all can relate to that term and what they did to us under that term, that byword. Y'all can't relate to Hebrew Israelite, that term and that byword. Y'all love that. Y'all run to that. That's y'all new swine. But I'm going to try to get into this in a little bit. I'm just letting people on Instagram know about this. I don't suspect too many people to be here, but this is the type of thing that I'm talking about. Everybody act like they want it Wait till you create an episode or something where they can get it. And they don't want it. They get to running. They get to running. See, they want to run towards me until they see me give them fruit flops. Boop, 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 boop. Then they say, nah, let me find a song. Y'all need to find a song. I need to find a song. So we're going to do a Life Between the Paper Line. Let's do that. One of my favorite songs. My YouTube lines.
KS. Hosted. I put my lifetime in between the paper lines.
Nothing less than the truth. My people see the difference.
I put my lifetime in between the paper lines. Yeah, I put my lifetime in between the paper lines. I put my lifetime in between the paper lines. Listen, I'm not a smoker, not a drinker, I'm a thinker. Cause being off your square only makes a nigga weaker. And when life gets harder, your addiction gets deeper. Next thing you know, you too low for help to reach her. I never been a follower, always been a leader. All alone in this jungle, just me and my millimeter. Back before I had the beamer, had them running like cheetahs, flagging like birds, kept them coming like subpoenas. We was balling in the club, Cavassier by the leaders. But when the money ran out, they left me stranded like FEMA. That's when I found God. See, you can ask Christina. The grass on my side of the fence started looking greener. I put my lifetime in between the paper lines. Nothing less than the truth. The people see the difference. My lifetime in between the paper lines. Ghost written by God. He just let me keep the puzzle. I put my lifetime in between the paper lines. Nothing less than the truth. The people see the difference. My lifetime in between the paper lines. Ghost written by God. He just let me. I got a father that I miss, a mother I adore, a brother I confide in. I know it's hard to cure. Got a girl that I trust. She's been here since I was born. Sleeping in the penthouse, sleeping on the floor. Got a sister that I kill for, son that I live for, cousins that I mortgage off the cars and the crib for. Friends that's really brothers. They've been out here in the field with me. None of them
Yes, man, they all keep it real with me.
A city that embraced me. My neighborhood is still with me. This is in Chicago. That's why I keep it still with me. Envious like a drug. And devils wish they could kill Mickey. But God got my back. Y'all gonna have to deal with me. Some give me gap. Let a smile in my face. But secretly they wish that they could take the nigga place. Go on, grab your track shoes and try to match your nigga pace. Just remember I'm the one that paints the pictures that they trace. I put my lifetime in between the paper lines.
I put my lifetime on this YouTube. I ain't even gave you a good majority of it, but we're going to deal with my YouTube life.
Hey everybody, how y'all doing? I am Mr. Khalil Amani, and this is Khalil Amani's World. I want to talk to you all about the Hebrew Israelite movement. That's right. I said I want to talk to you all about the Hebrew Israelite movement because, as some of you all know, I was a part of the Hebrew Israelite movement under Yahweh ben Yahweh in Miami, Florida in the 1980s. I want to talk to you about Project Megiddo and what that means for the Hebrew Israelite movement. Now, let me start off by saying this so that nobody gets this misconstrued or misunderstood. When I talk about the Hebrew Israelites, I am talking about African Americans / Black Americans who claim to be of Hebrew or Jewish or Israelite ancestry. Whether they call themselves RBG Hebrews, whether they call themselves Black Jews, whether they call themselves Hebrew Israelites, whether they call themselves Black Hebrew Israelites, or whether they call themselves plain old Israelites.
See, number one, this video is done for me to say, oh, counterintelligence on your ass, boy, we gonna get you. Because I done beat all of this up in the past 7 years. I done beat it all up. In 7 years of beating it up, it didn't start going to arrest. It didn't change. They didn't follow that militant PTSD dude called Israel Doctrine and starting to come out the darkness. Because I did a lecture on this, the stalking and profiling of the Israelite male. So I'm the example of what COINTELPRO is doing right now and what they trying to do, and they trying to counter my intelligence because I broke out of the Hebrew Israelite spell a long time ago. When I broke out of it, they say, that's the one we got to get that just broke out of this. He hasn't failed on our juju. We got all these other ignorant Negroes, aka Hebrews, under our spell, because the origins of an Israelite comes from the term Hebrew that the Gentiles gave the Hebrews. The Lord God of Israel fixed that because he took them through the sea and washed them, or aka baptized them, showing forth the death of the Hebrew and the reawakening of the Israelite, or the awakening of the Israelite. Because there weren't no Israelites, though they was children of Israel, though they, all of that, nobody identified them by that because they didn't know Israel, they didn't know Jacob. So they didn't identify the children of Jacob or the children of Israel as Israel, because they were still in Egypt and them Egyptians was calling them Hebrews. Wasn't no Israelite. Though it was Israel around, Jacob was around, wasn't no Israelite. The Lord God of Israel, with his dominant wisdom, say, well, just let me baptize him right quick and create this Israelite and tell the world it's the nation of Israel. And under that nation that he created, going through the wilderness for 40 years was Israelites, a mixed multitude of people, aka the church. My church name, the Israel of God, the mixed multitude, the church. That's what mine is, and mine ain't no 501c3. We don't work with the government. IUIC, 501c3, work with the government. IUIC, 501c3, work for the government. Even got a police running their stuff. The Israel of God, 501c3. You can say they work for them or whatever. I don't know. That's their organization business. My organization is the Israel of God, the mixed multitude, the church, aka the true Israel of God. They are aka the IOG. See, two different organizations. Though I came out of that IOG organization, showing that I come out of that Hebrew Israelite stuff. Oh yeah, I was once a part of it too, ignorantly not knowing that they was Hebrew Israelites. Sister sent me a video of the Pentecost yesterday, and it was the IOG, and I was like, why you send me that? I don't F with them like that no more. Because I don't need no affiliations with them, because they don't need no affiliations with me. They don't need no affiliation with me breaking my way out of this. And I don't need no affiliation with them staying there, ignorant self in there. So no affiliations with no Israelite group. I done told people that Dr. Michael Brown, a Jew for Jesus, he done said it on his show and everything. I've been everywhere countering this counterintelligence because I'm highly intelligent.
I'm talking about the same group of African American / Black.
So I'm not an African American. I'm not a black. I never said that. Why would anybody call me black and I don't call myself black? Or why would anybody call me an African American? I'm just an American. I know nothing about Africa. I was born in America in 1977, making me an American citizen. I don't claim no Africa. Though I was just trying to get me a wife from over there and everything and all that. And they was playing with my intelligence with that. But let's go on.
Individuals. Let that be understood up front and off the rip. They're all the same thing.
Which is a lie straight from hell. See, what we dealing with here is a ex-Hebrew Israelite. Their wife got took and did by Yahweh, and he been did bad, y'all. He's heartbroken. He's effed up in the head. Wife then got taken. He tried to lie to the people and say Yahweh was going to sleep with my children. That's why I went and told on him and everything. He's heartbroken. He's a willing participant for the American, or you could say United States government. He's a willing participant in fighting against God's people and also God. He's a willing participant. He's the Hassan Camel of the government.
Now, of course, they will tell you the subtle differences between a Hebrew Israelite and an Israelite. But I assure you, a Hebrew Israelite and an Israelite are the same can of worms, and that the federal government and the FBI looks at all of them the same. Got it? Got it.
See, so what he's telling me, as well as you all, because what they do to me, I'm the example for you all. What they do to me, they're going to come do it to you all. Because see, I broke away from that Hebrew Israelite stuff, but they like, nah, get over here. Because this is Mortal Kombat. As long as I'm still mortal, they figure they can threaten my mortal existence, and I'm going to cower down. Nah, once you take the mortal out of it, you're going to make me a god. You're going to make me a god if you kill me, because when you see me again, I'm going to be God. So you think I'm afraid to die to become God? Well, if I die or he come catch me up with him, when I become God, I'm going to be worse than I am now. Y'all can't even mess with this mortal. But if y'all want to make me an immortal, I don't have no problem.
Yeah. Project Megiddo.
Now, how many Hebrew Israelites talk about Project Megiddo? They don't. The Israelite talked about it, though. Letting them know that I know y'all got a program set up for them Black Hebrew Israelites, them African American Hebrew Israelites, them African Hebrew Israelites, and all them Hebrew Israelites. See, I didn't create RBG Hebrew, but they stole the mindset from me because it was a New York brother. He didn't mess with none of that stuff, but he had his own little network. He never got it off the ground, but he used to mess with me. And me and Digital Pit Boss was running around. He was a Pan-African. I never really used the term or nothing, but I knew about Marcus Garvey and creating of the RBG flag and stuff. So what I did, I took that RBG flag and colors and stuff, put it up there and painted and put Israel Doctrine on it. So Israel Doctrine was RBG, not Hebrew, but Israel. So it was RBG Israel or RBG Israelite. The RBG Hebrew Michael Edwards, because he came up with the term. I don't know who came up with the term. He stole that idea because all he did was follow me and harass me every day with anything I did. He was the first Khalil of Money. Khalil of Money amalgamated with him, started calling me Izzy. When y'all use that, you're COINTELPRO to me. You like, we ain't gonna say Israel or Israel Doctrine because we want Israel or Israel Doctrine to be Hebrew, a Hebrew doctrine. No, it was Israel's doctrine before it was Hebrew anything. Because God's name is Israel, and it was his before he gave it to the people. See, when I came up with the term, I counted them already. Didn't have to tell them. They seen it and knew it.
If you haven't noticed, there seems to be a rise in the so-called Black Hebrew Israelite movement, aka the BHI movement.
See, I'm not BHI because I'm not a Black Hebrew Israelite. I'm not a Black at all. I'm not a Hebrew Israelite at all. It's a bad number or whatever the scholarly terms y'all like to use.
Our government has been watching these so-called Hebrew Israelites for a long time.
True.
Dating back to Ben Ami Ben Israel Carter, who founded the African.
No, farther than that. Because most of y'all don't know that Chicago is the hub for this stuff that y'all know as Hebrew Israelites. See, the guy that he just named is from Chicago. In that Dimona Israel camp, or the Dimona Hebrew Israelite camp, oh, they got incestual stuff and all kind of stuff going on over there. Y'all wouldn't even believe the history. Some of those leaders and elders, and this is what I heard, among some of them have had children with their children. It's crazy, people. But anyway, I'm not going to tell everything I know.
African Hebrew Israelites of Dimona in 1960 in Chicago.
Now, if y'all know anything about anything, I give you a little inside history. It was a Bowie, not Henry Bowie, but it was a Bowie that was a part of that movement. One of the main or ringleaders of that movement. Because they used to ask me, because I've been around these Hebrew Israelites, they used to ask me, is Brother Bowie, is he a part of that? No, man. No. See, I'm around them. I'm talking to them, and they think I know more than I know. They know I ain't no damn fool, but I'm listening. Oh, Brother Bowie, family member or something has something to do with that whole demonic stuff. Just look inside. We're going to keep going.
All the way up through Yahweh ben Yahweh, who founded the Nation of Islam, the Nation of Yahweh.
One and the same. Brother Bowie said it in class. He said, I was working at their facility, whatever it was, and he deal with air conditioning when he used to work. He retired now. And he said, we up in there and we look on the wall and they got doctrine on the wall. Somebody scratched something in the wall. And it's scripture, basically saying they Israel. and everything. Because the NOI do claim to be Israelites. But see, they're intelligent enough not to claim to be Hebrew Israelites. So you would do a better job if you tried to put me with the NOI or something like that instead of Hebrew Israelites. But they don't know that I know that, but now they know because they got me talking. But let's go.
The nation of Yahweh in 1979/1980. And today there are currently any number of Hebrew Israelite groups out there, from ISUPK to IUIC to Sakari to FOPI to Lions of Israel and Lions of Judah and Israelite Nation of this and House of Yahweh and House of this and House of that. There are a hodgepodge and smorgasbord of Hebrew Israelites under different leaders. They are growing by leaps and bounds.
And Israel Doctrine is trying to turn them all into Israelites and trying to get them up out of this Project Megiddo that they had in the last millennium. It's a new millennium. Somebody in this millennium got to wake their ass up. Wake y'all ass up, man. What's going on? And I don't mind doing it. I don't mind doing it. And they know this. See, when Khalil Money is coming against me, lying against me, and paying y'all off to stalk me and do all this stuff, y'all are truly down with the counterintelligence agents. Y'all out here to counter my intelligence. But you don't have my integrity, so you can't fight me.
But I want to talk about the dissension between some of the camps that's being carefully monitored by the FBI.
Hey, you don't think they're getting paid and being told by their black caucus, their black elitists what to do? Because IUIC is 5013 and ISUPK is 501c3. They government funded operations. Their leaders is getting paid by the government or even keeping the money that the ignorant followers give them, and it's buku dollars. They learned from Malachi Z. York how to get the money. But we'll deal with this stuff some other time because it's almost time for the profiling and stalking of the Israelite Bell Part 2 lecture.
The biggest scuttlebutt, if you haven't known, is between a group known as IUIC and their leader, Elder Nathaniel, and ISUPK and their leader, General Yohana. And what I'm going to do before I talk about Project Megiddo is I'm going to show you video footage of a fight between the two groups, or as they like to call them, the two camps. And then I'm going to show you another video of the same two groups clashing in Nashville, Tennessee, a war of words, cursing one another out. As big as Nashville is, I do not know why they claim the same corner to preach. But before we go to that, I'd like to give my listeners a quick historical background on myself. Again, my name is Khalil Amani, and I was a member of this man that you're looking at on the screen. His name is Yahweh Ben Yahweh. His birth name is Hewlin Mitchell. He was the leader of the Hebrew Israelites in Miami, Florida, the group that I would join. We called him Yahweh ben Yahweh, aka God, the Son of God.
See, if they had any sense, they know that that ain't the Holy One of Israel that's written in the Bible. He didn't come out the right spot. His mama had him and his daddy put him in there. All this stuff. But see, they love worshiping men like most people. They worship men. Dude just made himself a black pope, really, but we'll talk about it later.
I joined this man's group in 1980 when he was going by the simple name of Moses Israel. Simple enough. Simple enough. I joined this man's group, which would later become a cult, as an innocent college kid of a mere 20 years old. I was one of this man's first 40 or 50 followers or so. Within a year of meeting this man, we bought a temple, an old torn down body shop or vacant warehouse, and we fixed it up. We renovated it. And when we renovated it, we made spaces where we could sleep that we called offices. And once we renovated it and it was open for business, this man asked me and my wife, would we like to become full-time workers for the kingdom of Yahweh? And we both obliged and said yes. That's a fact. Once we renounced our earthly biological families, we moved in, and this man had us hook, line, and sinker. And the group known as the Temple of Love, aka the Yahwehs, under this man, we grew. We grew by leaps and bounds. And within 3 years of me joining the Yahweh group, I rose to the rank of elder. That's right, I became an elder at the age of 23. And this man, Yahweh ben Yahweh, sent me to Newark, New Jersey to set up shop and to build a local Yahweh temple in Newark. And I did that successfully. 358 South Orange Avenue, Newark, New Jersey was the home of my Yahweh temple. Without going
Notice, he said, his Yahweh temple. But the temple was Yahweh ben Yahweh's temple. So, see, at this point, you got to wonder, was he working for the government before he was working for the government? Like the New York DJ that turned spy, DJ K. Slate. He got in trouble with the law and stuff, was locked up, and all of a sudden he got out of jail in the 90s. And then he became this big, famous, popular DJ that had all the hip hop industry under his drummer. When you say hip hop industry, that means the money makers as well as the people behind the money makers and their crews, their cliques and everything. So when you had all this beefing and fighting in New York City and murdering of people in certain crews and cliques and all of that, who was making it happen? Who was controlling it? When your man got knocked, did he have somebody that was in close proximity of these people. That dude that's hanging around now that you got questions about. See, like Tekashi 6ix9ine, they had questions about him. That's why they would sleep with his baby mama on some F her. This nigga snitch, we gonna F his mama, his baby mama. This nigga snitch, we gonna rob him and do all of this stuff. Them things happen to Tekashi for a reason. Because them guys weren't no fool, and they said, this nigga work for the government and gonna get us knocked, but before we go to jail, I'm stick some manhood in this baby mama, get my whatever off in her mouth, and they was young, black, wild, they did what they did. Then afterwards, they brought Tekashi out, told you he was in WICSEC and all that stuff, because they realized that these guys figured out that he was in WICSEC and trying to get them bloods knocked. But AKA Shitty Blood, because that's who Khalil the Money is. He's a blood just like Shitty Cuz was a Crip that killed Nipsey Hussle and all this stuff that's going on. See, y'all ain't in the know because y'all don't deal with fire. All I deal with, I'm fire. So, can't tell you everything. I got to put it in a lecture.
Too much of a detail about my life in the cult. I stayed until I could stay no longer, and after 5 years, I got out. By the time I got out, I realized that this mild-mannered brother who was introduced to me as Brother Moses, aka Moses Israel, he had metamorphed into Yahweh ben Yahweh, or God, the Son of God. That's right. At one point, I believed that this man was the walking epitome of God Almighty, the man who created the sun, moon, stars, and the universe. At one point, I believed that this was God in flesh, just as people in the Nation of Islam think that Master Farad Muhammad is God in flesh and that Elijah Muhammad is his prophet. Same type of brainwashing. Truly, I was in a cult, and this was my cult leader. And during my 5 years of being in the Yahweh cult, I heard and knew and saw a lot of bad things. Started in 1981 with the beating of a man named Ashton Green, that I witnessed his beating. He was taken out of the temple after being beat, taken out near the Everglades, and he was beheaded. 1981. I was there. I tried to explain to a YouTuber that I just interviewed with, shout out to J. Lee Chronicles, because I use the word we when I talk about my time with the Yahweh cult. Just as when I talked about DJ K. Slade being part of the Zulu Nation and them going to get young teenage boys for Bambaataa. A lot of people, no, let me back up. A couple of people have a problem with me when I say we, even though I didn't commit any criminality. I meant to
see, it's like this, people. This dude is a master linguist. He been to college. He know how to write. He know proper grammar. He know how to set everything up. So why would you not use proper? See, I don't know the stuff, but I do know when I hear stuff how it sounds. So why would a man educated on how to write a sentence and use grammar and everything say, we used to kill people, we used to go get children for Bambaataa, this and that? Why would he do that? I don't have no problem with it. I just know I need to counter his intelligence. Because see, He's so intelligent that he would tell you, yes, I say we did this and we did that, even though I never truly did it. I put myself with it. Well, okay. If you put yourself with it and you that ignorant to do it, when they get to killing and locking up and doing stuff, you did it. You stated it right there. Well, based up on grammar and punctuation and everything else, see, I put a hyphen behind that, so in writing this stuff, that hyphen cuts me off of them. Or I said we and them, and it's a conjunction. Well, you just connected yourself to it when you said we did it. What you talking about? But see, if you're not intelligent, though you make him read or whatever, if you're not intelligent and you don't catch that, you done been brain sexed. You've been sodomized in your brain. So see, when I went over there and dealt with it on J. Lee Chronicles in that side chat, I was countering his counterintelligence. That's why he had to go and make this video. Because now he got to come back and try to counter my intelligence. So let's go forth.
To talk more about this on his show, but it didn't happen. But I use the word we because when you are in a cult, I said, when you are fully invested in a cult, there's nothing that you would not do for the leader. So
there's nothing you would not do for the leader. But as a human being, cult or not, if you didn't do it, though you would have done it, that don't mean you use the term we. If that's the case, when Yahweh ben Yahweh, God, son of God, was molesting them children, he should say, we used to molest them children, including himself in child molestation. But he's going to make it clear, I didn't molest no children. I didn't never say we was molesting children. He's not going to say that. But when he say we, it really is a confession, because he told you, he had the man come back, get the Bible, and the man snatched him up, stomped him out and everything. He could have said something right then and there, and he could have saved that man's life. But he chose to shut his mouth, afraid of that security guy stuff, and getting his own tail beat, that he cowered down. They picked him up, they pushed the hat and everything. He could have said, hey man, what y'all finna do? Go kill that nigga or something? I'm finna call the police. But he was too afraid. See what fear do? It stopped you from doing what's right. And see, this is his mode of operation, because he knew that Bambaataa was a pedophile 5 years before 2013. But he wouldn't say nothing. I like the way the J. Lee did. It's like, what's this quiet stuff you doing, man? How do you know stuff going on, but you're not saying nothing till after it's over? Until after somebody beheaded, till after somebody is date raped, and after all this stuff, then you come out and say something when you knew beforehand that this stuff was going on. That's why y'all hear that conversation when he said, you trying to lay this burden on me when everybody else was afraid. Look, bro, you seen them stomping the man out. You seen what was about to happen, the prelude to the beheading. You could have stopped it. You gonna lay that burden on me? Hell yeah, you seen it, nigga. You could have stopped it, yes or no? See, that's why he don't want to talk to me, because he know I asked him like that, and then he got to deal with it. Other people will sit up under my verbal pressure, but he won't. But if we get to court, you know it's going to be the same thing. I'm going to get a lawyer similar to me, and I'm going to tell the lawyer, hey, lawyer, go get him. There go the blueprint. Go get his ass. And he going to have the same mentality. Did you not say? Because see, he bold to say, I said we did it, and I'm not taking it back. But when it come to K. Slay, soon as he said it, he thought and said, let me put this in another way, because that right there is going to be a sound bite that people going to use. He said, K. Slay said, we used to go get them children for Belmonte. Then he fixed it. Being the college graduate that he is, he say, the Zulu Nation, woo, 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 woo. He tried to fix it. When you effed up, trying to fix it ain't gonna happen. Just say, I effed up, or that's what it is.
There was a time when I could have very well wielded a knife, shot a gun, hurt and harmed another human being, because I was just as brainwashed as any of the people who actually committed murder in the Yahweh cult.
So because he would have did it, he say he was just as ruthless as them guys. Meaning if them ruthless guys did all that stuff and went to jail, and all actually his ass should have went to jail too. But because he made a plea deal or plea bargain or whatever it is, 501k or whatever it is that he did, he got immunity from the RICO.
I don't expunge myself and say they. No, I say we, because at the time I was a part of it, and I was as caught up in the brainwashing as anyone else. This is why I say we. If you don't understand that, well, take it up with God. But I want to talk to you about the Hebrew Israelite movement, where it is today, especially in light of the fact that I was a Hebrew Israelite at one time. And again, just to reiterate, for the sake of redundancy, when I speak of being in the Hebrew Israelite movement or the Hebrew Israelite movement, I'm speaking of all facets and all particular titles and names in which they would call themselves. Black Jews, Black Hebrew Israelites, RBG Hebrews, Sakari Jews, Black Jews, or plain old Israelites. I say they are all the same.
Do that make it a fact? Because are you still or not an Israelite? Because you say you're ex-Hebrew Israelite. Just take that X off and it tells who you are then. That's why you can go and stand on the street corner with Tazariot. That's why you can talk to all these Hebrew Israelites on Sadnetta TV. Because you're still a Hebrew Israelite. You speak Hebrew, you do all the things that the Hebrew Israelites do. I don't speak Hebrew. I don't do all the things that they do. I deal with the Bible. They deal with the Bible. Most of them hate the KJV. So where are all the similarities and where are all the differences at? See, I understood that you got to deal with the similarities and all the difference. Because if you don't, that's how they're going to get you. Because they're going to do all the similarities as if it's no differences. And for all the people that can't see no similarities and no difference, you're dead. And that's what they trying to do. They trying to kill me. See, not once have he said Israel doctrine in this video. I haven't heard the term one time, but he's talking to me.
So I won't have to say that a third time. I'm just going to use the phrase Hebrew Israelite from here on out. But understand, I'm talking about any of those folks from among African Americans, from among Black folk who claim to be connected to Israel. I'm talking to those people, and I'm talking about those people
I'm not
because they are the subject
black.
of the FBI's watch list, and they are being watched under something called Project Megiddo, which we're going to talk about in a minute. Now, what I want to show you is the fuckery of the Hebrew Israelite movement and where it is in 2023. Now, granted, not all Hebrew Israelite groups or camps are into being destructive and fighting and warring against one another. But what I'm going to show you is a good indicator of where we're headed. Because what you are about to see are two of the largest Hebrew Israelites at war with one another.
And see, that may or may not be true because they come out of New York City. And Sinetta was on the scene when they was taking down Tazadaki, the guy giving comfort, the guy that said he was the Holy Spirit and had all them people believing, like Khalil once believed that Yahweh ben Yahweh, aka God, the Son of God, was the physical embodiment of God, aka Jesus Christ, right here on earth. They believe this guy was the God killed. And if you don't know nothing about General Hannibal, he say he's the third from heaven. The Father, the Son, was the third one, the Holy Spirit. General Hunter calls himself the Holy Spirit on the low. Only those that's in the know. And though I'm not truly in the know, I know. Because I hear the coded language. Well, I'm the third from heaven. The Father in heaven, the Son in heaven, and the Holy Spirit in heaven. And he said he come from heaven. He's that third one. He ain't the Father. He ain't the Son. He's the Holy Spirit, the God. He's nothing but a Tazasi, or whatever the Takiyak, or whatever the, see, I don't speak Hebrew. Tazadaki, that's it. See? How do I know this? Because I didn't fought against ISUPK. I didn't fought and spoke with General Yohana. Because sister befriend me and say ISUPK and them be beating their women. So I'm one of them guys' women, and they be kicking my tail and everything. So I called into his show ready to fight or get some argument in, and all I could hear was Chicago. They was waiting for me to call that phone, and when I called, they went stupid, and when they went stupid, they knew they couldn't beat me, so they threw me off the phone. It's my history, y'all. I get down with Hebrew Israelites.
It can be argued that the ISUPK under a fat dude named General Yohana and IUIC under an ex-police officer named Elder Nathaniel, it can be argued that these are the two biggest, largest, greatest, and most well-known Hebrew Israelite camps in America.
Now, let me put somebody else in that argument. The class that I come out of. Because, see, they still get the pleasure of saying he learned what he learned from here. See, the Israel of God in Riverdale, Chicago can say that used to be one of ours. They can say that. My baptism was there. All of my information about me being in this Israelite or Hebrew Israelite stuff starts at Riverdale in Chicago. It was on 70, right out there with the African Hebrew Israelites, veggie meat shop and stuff. all that stuff right there together. See, so most people didn't know that I came out of that Hebrew Israelite camp, because Bowie, I get to him, and he probably ain't lying. The Israel of God, the IOG in Chicago, is the biggest and most well-known Hebrew Israelite camp there is. Remember, I told you he had family that was in that Dimona Israel split from Chicago. He been around a long time. And like I said, I didn't know this starting out, but he been calling himself a Hebrew Israelite. He stopped for a minute because a brother that moved away that was on my show. He said, yeah, I had them saying Bible, Christians, and all these other terms and stuff that I heard when I was there. Wasn't nobody running around hollering, what's up, Hebrew? So they had separated themselves from all this stuff. But I told you, because of envy and jealousy or hate of them New York Israelite camps that Jerry Springer and everybody, Sarnetta and everybody made famous, the Israel of God say, F it. We the biggest Hebrew Israelite camp out here, asked Vocab Malone. Because Vocab Malone knows things that y'all don't know, because he's part of that. We got to take these Hebrew Israelites out. That's how I found out that the Israel of God was Hebrew Israelites. Like, what the? Man, I can't even F with them no more. I'm not finna call them my spiritual brothers and stuff, because see, if I use that type of lingo and say we this and we that, I'm tying myself in them. I said, them mother so-and-so's is such and such, such and such, and I'm this. Because I got to define myself and make it clear.
And so this whole Project Megiddo, this whole watch list thing by the FBI, it starts from the top down. And so two of the biggest camps, again, it can be argued.
See, Reggie did a show and broke all the camps and stuff down, and he said Israel Doctrine. He ain't a part of all this. He come from this branch. All these branches lead to all these leaders. Israel Doctrine is not a part of this. Divine Prospect, he's not a part of this. He come from a branch that y'all don't know about. See, so I'm telling y'all now, because if we get on the stands, I'm going to have to say the same thing, because like I said, all of my history for this walk starts at the Israel of God, the IOG in Chicago, my baptism and everything. But see, I never put my name on that roster. I went to the sister camp, the House of Jacob. I don't think they call themselves Hebrew Israelites, though. I went to that camp after I left the Israel of God, because Brother Danny hit him with love's work no ills to his neighbors and stuff, and he read them they race. And he was like, basically, Sarah, nah, I'm out of here. So Brother Danny went and opened up the House of Jacob. And then I went to that camp. I didn't put my name on that roster. I was a part of it, but I wouldn't put my name on that roster. Then Brother Marlon left him, the COI Chicago. I went over there. My name was on the COI paperwork, not the roster. I never signed my name on the roster, but the paperwork, because I became an elder over there, may have my name on it. I don't even remember. See, so I've been knee-deep in this since the beginning, but nobody knows my origin. Nobody knows about Carl Albert Davis, Israel Doctrine. When I came out here, I was already more powerful than any of these cats. They just didn't know who I was. They truly didn't know who I was, and they weren't messing with me and start started getting flu flops, it was like, hey, who is that guy? Where do he come from? Michael Edwards studying me. He started making videos saying what I was doing on this internet, Bowie had me doing it. Then another brother come up out of the Israel of God. He was there first. Now he over there at the Israelite Church of Jesus or whatever in Gary, Indiana, by the name of the F. Me, my brother, I love him, but bro, I got to do it. His name is Michael Ward, a.k.a. Mikael ben Israel, a.k.a. Hebrews in the Hood. He was watching me. He seen what I was doing. So he wanted to do what I was doing. And he went and hooked up with Satnetta and all them Hebrew Israelites and all that Hebrew war machine and all that stuff. And I never hooked up with that. And then he come attacking me on that Hebrew Israelite term. Oh, we had words over. But back in them days, I don't know what he do now, but back in them days, he drunk a lot. And he would get drunk and attack me. He had the right thing, but what he didn't realize is when he started that fight, I started my separation for sure. Because I felt that way, but I never had the right to go against it. I like this Hebrew Israelite stuff. This thing is crazy. I don't know really what's going on with this, but Hebrew, and I'm like, where it said in the Bible one time, I went looking. I said, it ain't even in the Bible one time. I can't roll with this. So when people come against me, they truly make me stronger because I'm not running, I'm fighting, and I'm going to take all the impurities out of whatever it is that we fighting about. That's all we going to have is the clear shit. That's what the Lord do. Why you think he going to baptize y'all in fire? Because just like when you do gold and stuff, you got to take the impurities out. You ever heard about the wheat and the chaff and all this? Oh, like I said, the profiling and stalking of the Israelite male part 2 is about time for that.
That ISUPK and IUIC are the two biggest Hebrew Israelite camps. Certainly, it can be argued that they are two of the most known Hebrew Israelite camps. And that's a whole...
Why? Because Satnetta blows up IU Israel. Oh, let me see. It's in my head. Well, number one, IUIC, Israel United in Christ, blew up over the Kyrie Irving thing. Them the ones that was marching in that basketball and all that. See, they weren't searching for that fame. They're a 501c3 church entity, which was created after Martin Luther King and Malcolm X, where they said we can only control these churches if we get them to have a covenant with us. We're going to give them all the money they want, tax-free, but they're going to have to do what we say. They don't have to let Joe Biden and whoever we want to be president come into their congregation. They're going to have to marry these gay folks. They're going to have to do all this stuff. So it was a form of co-op. They went in there and gangstered their way around. Sign this paper. When you sign this paper, you are hoes. And if you get out of line, we're going to smack you hoes around. I ain't nobody hoe. Never been nobody hoe, and you ain't smacking me around. So I'm not signing no paper. F you. I have church autonomy. I've been trying to teach y'all all this. It used to be on them other websites, but they took them YouTube channels down because they seen it. They know that nigga there. That See, they would call me a nigga. They would call me black. They would call me anything but what I call myself. Because once they identify me as what I identify as, I'm out of their system. That's how you even beat them on YouTube. Because, see, I have a YouTube secret for y'all that y'all don't even know. But I love y'all. I wanted to get to y'all, but y'all don't never want to deal with me. Y'all want to do stuff. It's how you upload your YouTube. Because I give you this much. And see if you're intelligent enough. The way you upload your YouTube, it go into the filing system. So if you understand the filing system, then it's how you upload your YouTubes. That's all I'm going to say. I could give y'all the rest, but I don't love you that much.
Fact. And they are presently at war with one another. So let me first show you a small clip for a few minutes of these two groups in Nashville, Tennessee, standing on the same cross section just across the street from one another, both of them on bull horns, screaming at the top of their long lungs, whereby it's hard to even hear the message of either group.
So, do you think this teaching the gospel? Do you think this evangelizing? Or do you think this is really that camp against that camp warfare? Because, see, when you in the streets, just like on YouTube, that's why I call these the streets. Because I run these streets. I don't care who or what you are. You got to come see the king if you want a position in the king's streets. You have to come see the king because the king is manipulating everything out here in the streets. We about to put some codes down in the streets. Just know that Nilly Fuller is where I got the code system from and all of that. Not stealing it. I'm telling you where I got it from. How we engage each other, all this snitching y'all doing, all this ratting, all this gossiping, and all of this stuff, it's got to stop in these streets or we going to kill each other. So you want to live or die because you keep doing what you're doing, it's there for you. And I plan on living, so I'm killing any and everything and everybody that comes against me. I don't care how you come or why you come or what goes on. If you come against me, you're going to be a YouTube body. I go to the store. They talking about how many people that got shot up last night down in the bottoms. Hey, that's why I don't go down in the bottoms. Used to be my favorite hangout spot. I don't even walk down that way no more. If it ain't uptown and back to the house, I don't have nothing to do with it. I don't go in the middle school. I don't go in the bottom. I don't go in the river. I don't go in the what they call them. Well, that part of town, I don't do none of that. I stay in my part of town. And stay away from other people. Because like I said, when I got into it with that boy, just a little conversation. The next day he was walking with a pistol. Though I'm crippled and can't move, he got a pistol. Because he said, hey, that old man gonna get it. And they don't care who they kill. Family was shooting family because they was getting drunk and doing stuff and smoking and all that. And once that stuff got in him, he was trying to kill his family. Said they living, they just got shot up. He's still living, but see, I don't want that type of life. On YouTube, I want it all. Come with your guns, go get weeded, do whatever the hell you want to do. Go hook up with your buddies. I want it.
I mean, these two groups, they teach that God, that Yahweh, that Yahweh, that Yahweh, that God is not the author of confusion, but of peace. But this is total confusion, total chaos on the borderline of a physical confrontation and a physical altercation. I want you to take note. I mean, God, I have been through Nashville, Tennessee.
So what is the solution to all of this? Well, Sarnella truly created the solution. Stop yelling on bullhorns and stuff in the street, and get in the debate arena with each other. And I'm gonna use some profanity. You ain't gotta like it or whatever, but get the message. And if it's fuck his doctrine, and it's fuck your doctrine, because somebody's doctrine ain't right, let's put our doctrine on the table and have a debate. A debate is like court. You make the records. But if you're on a bullhorn just arguing and fighting and stuff, nobody from far can tell who's who. Oh, we can tell because they got on purple and they got on this dingy ass black and shit. That's the only differences we see. But we see two goddamn fools up here arguing and fighting. See, that's why I took the head of the Israeli guy, Brother Bowie. I said, Brother Bowie, you the biggest Hebrew. I'm gonna knock y'all shit out first. See, I'm gonna have to talk like that. I'm gonna knock y'all shit out first, and then all the rest of the Hebrew Israelites will fall, because the Israeli guy is the biggest Hebrew Israelite. Kept their ears out there, church their ears out there. And if they get their shit right, the rest of them will get their shit right. So I gotta make a try, because I can't, but see, that's why in all actuality, I created my own congregation, the Israel of God that makes multitudes of church. The name alone fucks all they bullshit up. Tried to talk to one of them brothers the other day. I done got them to stop saying he was a Hebrew Israelite like a goddamn fool, because I got love for the brother. But then he listened to this bullshit doctrine that the New Testament is only written to Israelites. It's not written to the Gentiles and all this type of shit and all that bullshit ass doctrine, because he went and started fucking with them people and learning languages and stuff, and he's in chaos and shit. And then he my brother, I got love for him. And like, he heard me call him a bitch, and he went bitch on me. We on the show, and he like, man, we should did this behind the scenes and everything. Look, man, I ain't got shit to hide. I'm trying to bring your ass out of darkness. Let's talk about it. And if you had 2 more scriptures to go, I had a stroke, I couldn't remember that. Yo, bitch ass should have just said, well, let me finish these 2 scriptures and I give it to you. But see, people don't know how to talk because they out here trying to mislead people and shit. So when they realize that you about to get in their ass and shit, then they start running and dodging and doing all of what the bitch ass niggas do. See, he felt my energy towards him, though I never called him a bitch. But I done called him a bitch before, so he know how I look at what he do. But hey, motherfucker, hey, he blocked me on Facebook. But I know he got another page that he can see what I do. Friends on 2 pages. He blocked that page though. But you know what I said? Fuck that nigga. That's the brother that brought me the Hebrews to nigga and stuff. Got love for the brother and everything. But when he was just a Sunday Christian, he was a bitch ass nigga. And I kicked his ass. And then he became a Hebrew Israelite. And he think I'm not going to kick his ass. Kick that ass too. Until he become what I am. You fuck with fire, you will get purified.
I have been through Nashville, Tennessee. As a matter of fact, my first book was published from Winston Derrick Publishers in Nashville, Tennessee. I said, my first book, Khalil Amani, was published by Winston Derrick Publishers out of Nashville, Tennessee. I have been to Nashville, Tennessee. This guy, Dr. James Peoples, PhD, he gave me my first book deal. I signed my very first book contract through Winston Derrick Publishers way back in 1997. Just showing you the receipt.
See, so in 96 is when I started dealing with the Israel guy. So when he got started doing what he doing now, I was just coming into my knowledge of what this stuff was about. So he ain't that far ahead of me. I don't give a fuck how much that shit he did in the 80s and the 70s, the 90s and the 80s and stuff. He's not that far ahead of me. He's older than me. So he do got history before I start getting history. But what he doing now and all this gay advocate stuff and everything, he ain't that far away from me. And he ain't better than me at shit but reading. I give him that. He can probably read and spell his ass off. I can't read and spell it all. You can have that, nigga. But matching intelligence, he know, I know, you all know that he can't fuck with me. That's why he would not debate me. Because I would set a time and date and I will sit up here, because I ain't got shit to do. I will sit up here and create what I need to create, because it's going to take me a little longer because I can't read, and you know what I'm saying? And I will fuck that nigga up. I will end his motherfucking life on this internet. And he don't want to lose his life, but he's just in a holding pattern now. That's why he bought them subs and stuff, because he need to look good out here so Vlad can finally interview him. So all these big name celebrities and shit can finally interview him. J. Lee Chronicles, you should thank me, because I let your ass get an interview with something that all y'all. I gave y'all this nigga and let y'all deal with him before he go blow up. Because he's bound to blow up. It's politics. I'll tell you what the politics is later. It's politics. Go listen to the news. I don't even listen to the news, but what Donald Trump is dealing with is them poor surprise people and all of that. It's politics, people. See, that link that led to that Netflix stuff and everything. Do y'all know Michelle and Barack Obama is sitting on that board of Netflix? And them are Layla Wheels friends, from what I said earlier, taking pictures with Barack and shit. See, all Israel doctrine make the world go round.
Now we're going to watch these two Israelite groups, these two Israelite groups from this same city of Nashville.
See, did you hear what he just called the two groups? Earlier, he told you they was Hebrew Israelite groups. But see, they got to try to change the narrative, because I have changed the narrative. And all your ignorant ass Hebrew Israelite leaders, he finna help them learn about Project Megiddo. And all them damn books they be buying and putting in the shelves and shit. Go get the Project Megiddo books and all that stuff, because y'all got to start talking about this stuff and making the people understand. See, they all finna change their churches from Hebrew Israelite churches to Israelite churches. It's finna happen. They gotta do it because of me. When I tell you all this shit that's happening is because of me. See, I've been around too long. I done killed too much bullshit that it can't live no more. They said we gotta kill this nigga and get him out of this first part of this millennium and shit, because if we don't kill him and stop him, he gonna put some shit down that this millennium is not gonna be able to deal with. Y'all looking at the future. Yeah, that crazy dude that don't know how to read and don't, but see, they got AI machines out here now. They got all kind of stuff that will help me. And if I don't speak and talk and deal with this AI shit and do all that stuff properly, because they see me interacting with the AI and all that shit. See? It is what it is, people. Y'all go out there and hit the ballots and vote and see who the real man is, because I believe if y'all really sit down and and vote right, y'all will vote for me. But they own the bots and shit, so they can take the numbers and make them look different. But just by supporting this channel and everything, I don't give a fuck how many bots they put on it. Them bots cannot stop human interaction. They're going to have to destroy this damn channel, because if they don't destroy it, I'm going to fuck them up again, round 4. Matter of fact, I'm going to give y'all that what I was just talking about, how to upload your videos. I got it for free. I'm going to give it for free before the show over. Go tell a friend and tell a friend and everything, and y'all going to get some information. But I'm going to deal with them.
As they have a war of words. And so, as you see in the corner, the bottom left, they're in Nashville, Tennessee. These brothers here in the purple shirts are part of a group known as IUIC. Something means Christ Nation, under Christ, something that way.
See, they call themselves Israelites United in Christ. ISUPK call themselves the Israelite School of Practical Knowledge. So truly, when they created their schools, they was Israelite schools. But they couldn't get that Hebrew Israelite shit out of the school because it's the most dominant thing created by the government that's in their school, because they too weak of men, too weak as men to throw that shit out their school. That's why I lost respect for Henry Bowie. I love that man to fucking death. I'm not going to clone him. I'm not going to speak like him. I ain't going to do shit like him, but teach the truth. And when I found out that he wasn't ignorant to the truth, or if he is ignorant to the truth and don't want to get enlightened to the truth, I was basically on some fuck him. See, I love my elder, all of that. But my mindset, and if I said anything else, I will be a fucking lie. When I found out that he wanted to push that Hebrew Israelite shit, because I just spoke to him man to man, I said, fuck him. Fuck him, fuck that class, fuck all that shit. Because that's the way I look at stuff. Sister, I don't fuck with them no more. Don't send me that shit. And it's bad. And the shit hurt. But see, that's the type of shit that make my PTSD kick off and shit and everything, because I'm under stress, because everywhere I look, everywhere I go, it's some wicked motherfucker doing some wicked shit and won't throw it away or get rid of it. Get that shit out your life. Don't bring that shit around me. I lived in that bliss back in the 90s and early 2000s. I can't live in that type of bliss no more. I gotta suffer. Loneliness or whatever the fuck I gotta suffer, but I'm not finna go over there and live it up in that bullshit. I'm talking to brothers. Look, why the fuck you running around with that Hebrew shirt on and all that? See, if they was modern day people, the American government would use them. They be having niggas this. See, Hebrews in the hood is equivalent to niggas in the hood. He know that. I know he know that. Because he made a video and said that the Israelites are the only real Hebrews. The other people ain't Hebrews. And I thought about that for years because he made that video some years back. I thought about it for years. And I said, oh. See, the Arabs never been slaves to Egypt, but they never been slaves to the foreigners. So the foreigners never called them Hebrews. The Ishmaelites never been slave to the foreigners, so the foreigners never called them Hebrews. The only people that may have been called Hebrews, now that I was thinking about it, was like, yeah, only the Israelites who've been in slavery, bondage, and captivity, because the Lord put them there, have these foreigners start calling Hebrews, which is not a name that the Lord God of Israel gave them. The foreigners gave them that name. But the foreigners never gave the other people that name because they was never in their captivity. So just calling yourself black takes your civil rights. And you wonder why people been running around fighting for civil rights. Calling yourself a Hebrew or going up on all that shit, you taking something away from yourself. But hey, you ain't gotta listen to me. I'm just called out. Davis.
They wear purple. That's how you know them. They're on one side of the street, and the ISUPK, who wear black, they wear black shirts with stars. They're on the opposite side of the street. I don't know what it is about this particular corner in the ghettos of Nashville, Tennessee. I guess it's the hub. I guess it's like Harlem's 125th Street. I guess it is a main thoroughfare where a lot of black folk go through. I would assume that because they're both claiming divine right to this piece of property, this piece of real estate, and they don't want to budge. And so let's just listen to it. It's a 27-minute video, but we'll just do enough so you can get to the gist of the argument they're having.
I'm bringing up today. Bishop Nathaniel was sending.
And so that's the one group across the street. And I watched the complete video, and I would say that this group in the purple are not the aggressors as far as talking smack and talking crazy. They tend to be just kind of milling around and standing around. Oh, they talk their stuff too, but not so much as the group you're about to see when the camera turns. Let's go.
So other deacons, man. Yeah.
And so this is the other group known as ISUPK. They generally wear a lot of black, Star of David's on. They're more militant. They have a catchphrase. Part of their title is home of no cowards. So they have a very militant stance. They talk about, with their captain Tazariak, they've talked about Cross the Line. Is a very famous video on YouTube where they were talking against some other brothers, and Captain Tazariak finally says, cross the line. If you're not going to cross the line, and get on down the street. In other words, we're ready to fight. If you cross our line, we're going to fight you. But this is the other group, and they're screaming at the group across the street in the purple. Let's go.
Understand? They were saying this to each other, man. What? But a corrupt tree? The purple what? But a corrupt tree? Bishop Nathaniel what? But a corrupt tree?
See, he's saying Bishop Nathaniel what? He is actually talking about the leader of the group across the street in the purple. His name is Bishop Nathaniel. And this guy is talking about their leader and calling him corrupt. So he's definitely stirring the pot. He's definitely fomenting trouble. He is definitely trying to ratchet up the situation until maybe it becomes physical. He's talking about the leader of the group across the street, Bishop Nathaniel, and calling him corrupt.
Cannot be extorting a what? By a corrupt tree. But a what? By a corrupt tree. But a corrupt tree. Go ahead. Bringing evil fruit. They bring forth evil fruit, man. You understand? They bring forth evil fruit.
And so he's telling the people that the people across the street in the purple, that they bring forth evil fruit. He's not trying to, he's no longer teaching the gospel, teaching the good news, teaching about the kingdom of God to come. He's no longer teaching that black folk are the true living Jews in the West, that we are the descendants of Israel. He's no longer teaching that. He's teaching against another Hebrew Israelite organization. Now I'm going to see if I can speed it up to the point where one of the members comes over to, I think it's in the beginning. Yeah, that's in the beginning. In the beginning, here's the guy in the purple. This is Israel, IUIC. He and a couple of his people have walked across the street and came over to the people in black, which is ISUPK, to confront them about them being on the same street corner. And I guess the people in purple want them to move. And so they began to argue over who has the right to be on that corner.
See, this is why you hear Captain Tazariak on Sadetta trying to deal with the politics that if we on that corner first, you take your ass down the street to the other corner. If not, then we're going to yell and scream over our bullhorn and it's going to be some friction. But see, the fact that Sarnetta has Tazariak on his channel where he tell all the bullshit about how it goes, IUIC and ISUPK is not talking. But then you got Khalil Money come in and he brown with that Project Megiddo shit. So let's just,
as big as America is, as big as Nashville is, they're arguing over a street corner. So let's listen to a little bit of that.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. Okay, what's up, man? What's up? You for the whole camp. We for the whole camp. You are.
And so now they're arguing, they're calling each other, you a bitch, no, you a bitch, you a bitch. These are supposed to be men of God.
Treat me like a
see, but you got to think back in the days, why did Saul have his thousands? Because he was killing them. That's what the thousands is about. Saul was killing people. And David had 10,000. You know why? Because David was killing people. When that guy offended David talking about Saul, your master, you ain't doing right, David said, go get your swords. We about to go kill this motherfucker right now. It ain't no talking. Get you. And the man's wife came out there and prevented it. Hey, stop. I see y'all about to go kill some shit. David, don't kill my husband and me and all of that. My husband is a goddamn fool, David. Don't go kill him. Because David was a killer. He was about to go get that nigga. Let him keep talking shit about my business and see what happened to him. Because me and my boys about to go get him. God ain't never raised no punks up. He used strong men that will kill your ass. For real. Why y'all think, see, I have to find this stuff, because it's like, well, what you here for, Carl? You curse, you do all that stuff. Because he need a strong man to stand in between this shit. He can't put no nigga in between this and he get treated like a bitch and all. Hey, man, you see that nigga over there? He's crazy as fuck, but I'm going to clean his crazy ass up. He going to work for me now. And now that craziness that he would have done and just destroy shit, I'm going to use them to fix shit. Come here, boy. Clean your ass up and go out there and work for me. That's all it is with me. He waiting to bless me if I act right so I can fairly take this because it's mine. All of this is mine. This millennium is mine. It's Israel doctrine. Y'all ain't hear about Israel doctrine in the last millennium. Y'all heard about Israel doctrine in this millennium. Y'all dealing with me and my teachers, and y'all can't deal with them. See, it's a precedent that nigga Israel doctrine, yeah, he now the stroke and everything, but who you know have the strokes and debate in the hospital. Nigga, you stressing and shit, that's where you had a stroke, you in the hospital bed, still doing the same shit you was doing before you had the stroke. That's the type of people God needs. So I told you, everything y'all do is cool, because it ain't nothing but a testimony. When the book of life is being written, there's some big ass chapters in there about me and all my struggles and shit that y'all truly don't know about, that I don't even know about. All I'm doing is facing them and overcoming them. I'm the best story out here. Go tell somebody else's story and they ain't overcame shit. They ain't had no strokes. They ain't been without a lack of pussy, but they selling out, going sleeping with women. Because truly, my father died. All my family left. It was a woman chasing me around parking like she wanted to give me something. My father had died. I lost my fucking brain every day. I had a niece down here. I said, you stay down on that house because this side, this end of the house, your uncle finna get it in. Like I said, my nieces know me. So yeah, I put a hickey on my niece when she was like 4 and I was like 7 or whatever, but that shit taught me something. So I said, look, niece, you stay down there on that end because your uncle finna go down here and basically F this girl. Ain't hide nothing from her. This what your uncle do. I ain't say I got some nigga down there. No, do you see that woman down there? Oh, I'm finna go hit that. Holler at you later, niece. I'm gone. I'm a real man. Not about bullshit, and God need real men. It's not wicked real men, but righteous real men. And I'm one of them righteous. Just as foul as anybody else, but willing to do what's right. And willing to die for what's right. Or kill for what's right.
I know it, so if it ain't gonna be nothing, why you coming over here? We gonna teach like you teach.
The guy in the purple says it ain't gonna be nothing, and the guys in the black say, well, if it ain't gonna be nothing, why'd you come across the street?
That's what we do. That's what we do. School right here. Because we ain't been over here. Because we ain't been over here. That's why you know. We've been over here. No, ask me this. We've been over here. We was here before y'all was there. No, you wasn't. Yes, we no, you wasn't. Yes, we no, you wasn't. You've been over here. We got footage from what was on.
And now they're debating and arguing over who was on the corner first. We've been over here before you. And the other guy says, no, we wasn't. No, you wasn't. No, you wasn't. I mean, this is a public street. The white man owns it. The city of Nashville owns the street. The citizens of Nashville pay taxes for those streets to keep them up, to keep them paved, to keep the stop signs and the lights working and all of that, and the crosswalk painted so children can cross over, and keep the lines painted in the street so cars don't veer over in the wrong lane. And here are two so-called Hebrew Israelite groups arguing over who belongs on the corner. Jesus Christ.
We came on. We right here right now. God, we gonna do something. What's up? I'm gonna do something. Goddamn block.
And so the guys in the black that you can't see are saying, you're going to do something, then do something. If you're not going to do something, get out of here. Now what you want to do? clearly, even though the guys in the purple have come across the street to confront the guys in the black are standing their ground and are saying, we are ready to do whatever you want to do. Now, what you want to do. So at this point, I can't say who really is who's the aggressor. They're both the aggressors. The people in the purple are the aggressors, IUIC. They are the aggressors because they crossed the street to come over and talk to the people in the black, ISUPK. But the people in the black, ISUPK, are holding firm and standing their ground and saying, if you want to fight, let's fight. What do you want to do? You're not going to run us off this corner.
You know what I would say? You know what I would say? I say, fuck them niggas and go talk to the white folks. Because, see, they're not going down into the white folks part of town. They're not, but see, they're not doing that because they're not trying to save white folks. When niggas don't want to hear you, you got to say, fuck them niggas and dust your feet and go somewhere else. But they know they can get that black dollar from them black ass ignorant niggas in the hood. From them niggas in the hood that claim that they black with no civil rights. We can get their money. So we got to stay here and fight to win them over to our ideology. No, the word of God go to everybody. The motherfuckers trying to steal that corner and everybody on that corner say, fuck that corner and go to the other corner with more people at. It's a day in Nashville, all type of tourists and stuff. You can go get other people elsewhere because you fishing. If I go to a fishing hole and the nigga on this side or whatever, and I think they catching all the fish and I can't catch no fish because they fuck them niggas. I'm finna go over here and fish these. I'm finna go to another fishing pond. But that's just that Israelite mindset, that Hebrew Israelite mindset. Said, fuck that, we finna run this nigga ass off this corner and we finna do our fishing.
No, look, man. No. Move us up, standing strong. It look good. Yeah, move us up. Move us, right? You can't over here to move us, right? You can't over here to move us, right? No, I ain't somebody came to ask you to move us off this place.
You came over here to move us, right? He says, the guy in the black, ISUPK. You came over here to move us, right? Then move us. And the tall gentleman you're looking at in the purple, he said, nah, I didn't really come to make it a scene. I guess the guy in the purple, IUIC, is just wanting some understanding as why we're on the same corner, and maybe one of us, maybe y'all should move, because evidently the guy in the purple, he feels like his group belongs in that corner and that their space is being invaded.
Don't move us off the block. Everybody y'all ain't going, y'all got a damn. If you not gonna move us off, you got a weak leader. If you not gonna move us off, you got a weak leader. Out of my face. You got a weak leader. Hey, y'all go over there. Go back there.
And so now IUIC, the guys in the purple, are talking crazy about the leader of the ISUPK, which is General Yohana. They are saying that General Yohana is a weak leader. So this kind of incendiary rhetoric is ratcheting things up, because later on in the video, the guys in the black are going to, well, you heard it earlier. I already played it. The guys in the black talked about the guys in the purple talked about their leaders. So it's all about the leaders. Your leader ain't this. Your leader is not that. It's getting crazy.
We go back to the head of y'all. We don't give a. Go back over there. Everybody y'all coming over here. Everybody go back over there. You can't, don't even follow war. Everybody go back over there. I'm gonna talk to this. Everybody go back over there. Now, what's this about?
Okay, so now the guy in the purple, he tells all of his people to go on back across the street because he wants to have a one-on-one with the guy in the black. And he says, now, what is all this about?
See, I sent this video to numerous people on Facebook. Some of them may watch it, some of them may not watch it. because I want them sister camps up there in Illinois, in Cook County, Chicago, Illinois, and Gary, Indiana, where they teach them little quote unquote Hebrew Israelite children. They got a school graduating them and doing all that shit, but they're in there teaching them little children that they fucking Hebrew Israelites. Now, I would like to talk to them about it and fuck them up, because that's where Mikael ben Israel go now. And see, they be bringing them New York Hebrew Israelites into their motherfucking shit. See, I see the operations. I'm not a part of them, but I see them. Oh, this shit go deep, y'all. But ain't none of them gonna fuck with me.
Why? Cause we here. Let's be honest, bro. Don't be a boss right here. I'm just saying, y'all leaders are the perpetrators. If you was around the straight, if you was from the script, you was from the script.
Okay, so that's enough. We'll go a little bit. I'm gonna go down and see if there's anything else I want to talk about. It gets kind of crazy after that. The guys in the black that you see now on the screen, that is ISUPK, General Yohana, Captain Tazariak, Captain Katazad, that camp. These are the guys that WAC 100 was down with a month or two ago before they fell out with WAC 100. This is the camp that WAC 100 was rolling with Captain.
Damn, I fucked around, my bad.
When I look at,
understand that WAC 100 is Khalil Money's boy. He's the West Coast Armor Straight Stun magazine. And DJ K. Slate was running with the feds. WAC 100 run with the feds too. You said, no, he don't. He run with Tekashi 6ix9ine. This most definitely with the feds. So what the fuck y'all talking about? So WAC 100 run with the feds, amalgamated himself with ISUPK. Then he had to get Pyru on fucking ISUPK, like what it is. What it is, blood, run that Hebrew Israelite shit over here and see we straight it up. And the motherfucker didn't tell them cross that line. See? So now it's all about who's bitch and who's not. Remember what Pac said, on this side gonna be some real niggas. On that side is gonna be some niggas bleeding. Now which one's gonna be and all that shit? You better be careful about who you run with and who you fuck with and who you don't fuck with. Cause the shit get wild, y'all. This crazy. Y'all ain't been made animals yet. I've been in this game for years. It made me an animal. Believe it.
Both of the camps on the street, they look outnumbered. Clearly, I see more purple shirts than I see white shirts. Excuse me, black shirts. I see more purple shirts than I see black shirts, but it is the black shirts who are ratcheting up the situation, who are stirring the pot, who are fomenting trouble, who are just outright, they're not teaching now. They're using the Bible, they're weaponizing the Bible to talk against the purple folks over there, IUIC, and their leader, Elder Nathaniel. Because Elder Nathaniel evidently used to be a police officer. They're talking about him being a cop and a snitch. They're talking about some woman that was allegedly murdered by the people in purple, their camp. Things I don't even know about, but they're talking a lot of stuff. So we'll listen to a little bit of that, and then we'll move on.
Certain shit he don't know about because I'm the one that brought his dumb ass in the community. And he was running with me. He could have got all the information that he could have. I could have been on that video. But he went and sold his soul to Satinetta and Troy Star Terrain and Layla Wheels and shit. And he took that COINTELPRO shit away from me. He took it away from me. Though he wanted me to teach his son, because his son is a Hebrew Israelite. He wanted me to, hey man, leave that shit alone there. But see, all that couldn't work. And I don't think it's his son. I think it's Yahweh ben Yahweh's son. Oh, he looked more like his mama. Yeah, look more like Yahweh fucking ben Yahweh, his father. But see, he don't want to talk about these things with me. But he'll go to J. Lee and get drunk and break the crown open and shit.
Love of God and the love for one another. And brother, we gotta put down the drugs. Black women, you gotta stop all these lies, man. Well, you was just ready to murder brothers, man.
Go down here.
Like the that you want. You damn right. You shut your mouth like when we come to you.
He's calling them bitches. He's calling IUIC homosexuals. He's really the guy, and you see him talking, he's really on one.
You shut your mouth like a down on your knees. Like a down on your knees.
Oh yeah, there are clearly more. If they do go to blows, clearly the people in purple, IUIC, will outnumber. In other words, will beat the brakes off of the guys in black talking all the smack. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 people right there. At least 14 that are on camera. Oh, 15 on the far left. That's 50. I see at least 15 brothers in purple. I don't think there's 15 brothers in black.
You on your knees. You shut your damn mouth. God is the truth, and the law says what?
Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6 right there, basically.
You not be born in another man's rectum.
All that counting is good, but you don't really know how many of them got them heaters on them. Some can have them heaters on them, and that's going to change the odds right there, because that heater is an equalizer. And bitch ass niggas be having them heaters on them. Hot bullets do burn.
But we real over here. What you gonna do? Stop lying to the people, man. Hey, you better take your.
Let's get to the end.
Sir, this is a woman that was murdered by a man that died.
Okay, I think we've seen enough. What craziness. You can best believe that on that day, neither camp gained a single follower. Now here's another video. I think this happened, I forgot where it happened at, but it is the same 2 groups. I said it's the same 2 groups, and now you are going to see an actual physical fight, a physical altercation between IUIC and ISPK. And unfortunately, the guys in black that you saw earlier talking crazy, they are outnumbered here, and they are quickly subdued by the guys in purple. Let's watch the whole clip. Got to give some volume. Where's the volume at? Oh, right there. Okay.
Sissy got pack up and leave.
That's what's another play doing it.
Black against black fight. That's not the police doing that. Over a chair or something, y'all messed over these guys, so y'all not getting handcuffed. So, yeah, y'all they getting handcuffed, and they was just trying to get their chair. They was trying to get their chair, and they getting handcuffed. They assaulted these people when they got to go.
An Israelite fight. They physically had a fight.
Okay. And so there you have it,
See,
ladies and
let me
gentlemen.
point out there, cause see, ignorant ass niggas on the corner don't know the difference between Hebrew Israelites and Israelites. So they say the Israelites was fighting, but those were two that comes out of one West Hebrew Israelite camps. Though one call themselves Israel United in Christ, and the other one call itself the Israelites Universal Practical Knowledge, or whatever the SUPK shit stand for. They clearly say that they are Hebrew Israelites. ISUPK starts saying that they're Israelites, not Hebrew Israelites, because of me. Now, Israel United in Christ, Nathaniel 7 was like, we still fucking Hebrew Israelites, we just not black Hebrew Israelites, because that black identity extremist shit, we gonna get away from that by dropping that black off our name.
People of the Bible, people of the scriptures, people claiming to live pious and righteous, fighting, using all the profane words in our...
Now, who in the hell know what the word pious is? So who in the hell running around saying we pious? Have y'all ever heard me say I'm pious? Number one, if I seen the word, I couldn't sound the motherfucker out. Number two, I can say it a little bit because I do speak English, but that's not an English word that I'm used to. That's like miscellaneous. Goddamn white man that I used to work for at the boatyard in Chicago, A&A boat. He said, go pick up all the miscellaneous stuff around the yard. And I was like, what the fuck did he just tell me to do? And I don't know if I asked him or I just used my heavily private brain to say, are he talking about the trash around the yard? He just called it miscellaneous. See, you have to understand. See, if your brain is effed up, it can't figure out what's going on. Because you may know a word or not, but you got to put everything in context of what's... He said, pick up stuff around the yard. Ain't no tools out there, so he ain't telling me to pick up no tools. What else is out here? Number rocks out here. I know he ain't telling me to pick up all the rocks. Too many of them motherfuckers. What else is on the yard? All trash. See? Work through it. Then somewhere, somehow I asked him, what's miscellaneous? Oh, it's just a bunch of shit, whatever. It can stand for anything.
English language. People were calling each other B's and F's and F words and homosexuals and all kinds of things. Oh, the madness. Now, let me say this as a former Hebrew Israelite, as an ex-Hebrew Israelite. I know for a fact that my leader back in those days would not have stood for this. He would have told us to leave the scene and stand down. Yahweh ben Yahweh he prided himself on being the master of stratagems, the master of war strategy. He would have called us off and said, just leave the area. Let them have it. But where was Bishop Nathaniel, the leader of IUIC, and General Yohana, the leader of ISUPK? Where are the leaders in all of this? Now is the time that you would think that the leaders, General Yohana and Elder Nathaniel, would call a peace treaty before someone gets seriously hurt. That they would show, they would do a video showing solidarity between both organizations. That they would be real men of God and real leaders of their flocks and make their people on both sides stand down and cut out the incendiary and the vitriol and venomous attacks on each other's camps and on each other's leaders. It takes the leadership to call off the dogs. But going back to the Nation of Islam and Elijah Muhammad and Malcolm X, something about the leaders of black men, they allow people to get harmed and hurt. We all know that Elijah Muhammad, he could have waved his hand and called the dogs off of murdering Malcolm. I don't believe for a minute that the people that murdered Malcolm were some lone rogue assassins that had no connection to the Nation of Islam. I believe that Elijah Muhammad was complicit, that he allowed Malcolm to be murdered, and people like Minister Louis Farrakhan wrote in their Nation of Islam paper and fomented and stirred up the hatred for Malcolm, that Louis Farrakhan writing venom and vitriol against Malcolm X, those factors are what led up to the murder of Malcolm. And it comes directly from the leadership. Elijah Muhammad, the Nation of Islam leader, and Louis Farrakhan, who would become the national representative of the Nation of Islam and take over the work of Malcolm X. They had him murdered. The leadership, where are General Yohana and Elder Nathaniel right now? Why have not we seen a press release from both camps?
And Khalil Amani, if you don't know, go look up Elder Nathaniel 7. You might not know him by that name, but that's what his name was a few years back. Elder Nathaniel 7. But you keep calling him Elder Nathaniel. That's just people trying to get their shit proper because they came out fucked up and they got to get it proper, because if they don't get it proper, government on that ass. But that's just the leadership trying to help those that they gonna sacrifice for their Hebrew Israelite bullshit. But who am I?
Ordering their people nationwide to stop the violence and stop the mean-spirited attacks upon one another. What we're looking at here, people, is a pure lack of leadership. That both leaders, Elder Nathaniel and General Yohana, appear very weak. Now, don't tell me they are working behind closed doors. We know what that's about. Again, I keep harping back to the Nation of Islam. We don't need to see no working behind closed doors, because when you work behind closed doors, the general public, the masses, they still see that there's a problem and an issue between both camps. Where do we even get this? Let's keep this in house. Let's work behind closed doors. This is family business. No, this so-called keeping it behind closed doors, making it family businesses, that's an old motif. That's an outdated, that's an archaic and antiquated and outdated way to handle the problems of the new millennium. We have social media. We have Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and YouTube and Vigo and all of these social media sites. We can talk to one another across state lines and across nationalistic lines, across borders and across the world. And so it is incumbent upon people like General Yohana and Elder Nathaniel to take advantage of the gifts of the internet that they
see. Now this portion is where I come in because he's supposed to be Sarnetta teacher, and Sarnetta's supposed to be his student. Like they was asking me on Lex Vortex choke and stuff, because I try to save Sarnetta, because I don't really have no hate for Sarnetta. Remember, I called the feds to save the nigga life when his son said he was gonna take the nigga life, his wife life, and his children life. So motherfuckers act like they don't love me now, but them goddamn children of Sarnettas in the future may look me up and be like, bro, thank you for calling the feds and saving our lives, because our stupid ass father and all them stupid ass people that said love our fathers and stuff didn't give a fuck that this nigga threatened our lives and wouldn't say nothing. But Israel Doctrine, you stepped in and say something. They might be Israelites in the future. I probably don't know what it is. But see, when you do good, good will follow you. When you do right, right will follow you and stuff. When you do that fuck boy shit, it's gonna follow you. That's why you find me saying, fuck that shit, leave that shit alone, put that shit behind you, and all that type of shit. Because I know if you keep playing in the same shit, you're gonna get the same shit. So I try to leave shit alone and stuff, but they won't let me take them out the game. If they confront me, I'll take their motherfucking head off. They like their head though, so they leave me the fuck alone. Cause see, I done confronted shit lately and then killed and destroyed shit, found out some new shit and everything, cause I don't run from shit. Get like me.
they both use when they want to preach their brand of Hebrew Israelism. They have to use that same format, social media, to publicly denounce the fuckery that we are seeing. And I haven't seen it yet. And so I say, it's poor leadership. That backroom bullshit. That backroom leadership. Elder Nathaniel and a group of congregants and General Yohana and a group of his congregants need to meet in a neutral site and do a public YouTube video denouncing the fights, denouncing the...
See this? But he the head of Hip Hop COINTELPRO and YouTube COINTELPRO, and I'm the head of the Israel of God, the Mixed Multitudes of Church. That motherfucker won't see me though. That's what I'm talking. See, Sarnetta ain't said, well, Khalil, come over here, and Carl, come over here on my channel and get it in. He'll even make the money off the shit. He don't even want the money. He like, man, y'all motherfuckers stay away from each other, because Carl, that nigga is working for COINTELPRO and you fucking him up. I can't let y'all find peace. See, I do a show, Khalil don't show up. Khalil do a show, I show up. Because I ain't got shit to run from. It's all here in the side chat. Get the mop and shit and make fun of his stroke and all of this shit and all them good righteous Christians over there laughing and shit saying, oh yeah, the mop and the nigga had a stroke. And yeah, the nigga fucked up and he's a piece of shit and all. Yeah. Because see, they got to try to hurt me. They got to try to activate my PTSD and get me to do something stupid so they can win. But I make sure I have it turned down, or I just put my fuck you card on the table, reach back there and say, well, fuck it. Charge it to the game, see? And it fucks up their counterintelligence because I'm intelligent enough to say fuck it when it need to be said fuck. But if I don't even use the word fuck, I'm not going to say fuck it. And then when I don't say fuck it, it's going to get crazy. So see, my methodology is fucked up to a degree, but it saves my dumb ass life.
The slander campaigns, denouncing all that. And they need to work together on who is going to be on what corner at what time. If that particular corner in Nashville, Tennessee is so beneficial to the message of the Hebrew Israelites in that community, a simple conversation between the leaders of those congregants in Nashville to say, hey, brother, look, we both like this corner. This corner is a haven for our people. This corner is where we can touch a lot of African-American people and preach our word. Let's do this. Why don't you go on Friday evening? We'll go on Saturday evening. We'll make a schedule throughout the week, throughout the month, so that we don't butt heads, so that we don't clash, so that we both get the advantage of this hotbed. I guess it's a hotbed. This particular corner, this section, a simple thing to do between the leaders of those camps in Nashville.
So look, y'all, I'm through with this. Y'all see I'm young in this shit. I was at 44 minutes. So it's an hour and 30 minutes thing. I ain't got time to do that. I got to create another show. But let me give y'all some information about some work I done put up. I put this up.
Hey.
This is mine. See, Khalil Money didn't have no fair use legal doctrine that said using copyright protection material. And he ain't had it. You see that? That's mine. I created this. And I believe it wasn't no copyright to this particular video when I created it. And then it was a lot more fucked up. I did the luminous work on here, the color work and everything. This is my shit. Now, BITCH, what fuck it, I just said, bitch, come out of it. Let's see if you can steal it. This name right here is the file name that I put it under. Fair use, no copyright, so I'm claiming the copyright. That's on the file name that I uploaded. Now let me go show y'all what I be talking about or what I was talking about. It's all about how you upload the video. You see right there, fair uses, no copyright. So I'm claiming copyright. It's right up there, it's right there. If you put the title to the video when it goes into the YouTube system, it's under that. If you download a video or steal a video or whatever and you put it up, it's going to have their file name on it, meaning that they'll see the file name, they'll know that you stole their material. This is mine. This is my copyright. This is my material up under my file name, up under my shit. Now, if you think you can fuck with it, let's see. Let me show you because y'all can't see it. Let me blow it up so y'all can see it. See it? File name to this. The MP4 is my file. This is my shit now. So, no false flag in my shit saying it's your copyright. Unless you went to the copyright office and got the actual fucking copyright. Because when you go and you look and all this, this is my video. You got to prove different. Now, you just can't come over and flag my shit. So, how you do that is, once again, if you download somebody's video, change the file name before you upload it, because if that same old file name is there, it's saying in their system, YouTube, that's their video. Know how I know? Because I use a lot of people's shit. And all you got to do is just change the file name or some more shit and make it yours. That's your copy. And you using their material for educational purposes and everything that fair use is about. Now, I've been knew that for a while. I've been doing that for a while. So all that shit they call themselves, if I let them flag it and everything, it's because I wanted it to happen. See? When you know better, you do better. And when you know better than that person, you set their dumb ass up. Stop fucking trying to counter my intelligence. You can't do it. I'm too fucking intelligent. And then they got AI shit out here that I can tell to do shit, and they'll do the work of reading and spelling this shit that I can't do. Oh, y'all fucked. I'm out though, y'all. Please, if you will, like this, share this, comment, subscribe, and do all the things that YouTube like, so y'all will let YouTube know, yeah, we support the king, because the king fucking everybody up. I'm taking every head off. Anybody that want it can get it. I'm no respecter of person. I'm out.